It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Seahawks and the Colts, and it's all up next.
Play smart, baby.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season. And these two squads, they're going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
Here's the former Sooner, Austin Seibert, to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their 7th-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice, because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense.
Hey, what's up, Grief?
That's why so many
Welcome, buddy, to year 6.
For the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Richardson going right to the air. He'll get this one to Pittman. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Now, 1 for 1, a lot more to go. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
Let's go.
They'll run with Allen. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Richardson working from the gun. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion. Then
I remember the name. Nate. What's up, buddy?
Because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Richardson looking to throw. And this complete to Mitchell. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first.
All right, we got a fairly new offensive line, so here's a big challenge here.
Richardson on 4th down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Here's Allen. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly...
And he takes this.
What a start. Touchdown.
Jelani Woods, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts are on the board here first in the season opener. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter.
All right, now our young side of the ball is our defense. This is going to be where it gets tough.
See if they can continue that in future drives. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
This week, such an important one for his entire offense, but for him especially. He wants to start this new season off strong. He's got big plans for this year, wants it to be one where he finishes among the league's best while leading his team to the postseason. A strong opening week is a great start to that and can create momentum that carries over not just to next week, but the next few weeks as well. A rising tide raises all ships, and if he can start this season off strong, his offense will benefit.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Now back to throw.
Oh, never mind. Pick 6. Let's go.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown. Then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out. Still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Oh, another one.
Here's another one intercepted.
And partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. First and 10, Taylor now. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Here we go, here we go.
Now Allen. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. That'll give them 8 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And able to get this out to the 25. And he's got to be seeing ghosts here early on. He's thrown 2 passes. Both have been intercepted. 1 run back for a touchdown. Work to do as they begin 1st and 10. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll drop to throw. That's complete. It's Collins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 17-0 our score after 1. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. And going right back to Walker. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll get 4 there down to about the 12-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll try for the first with Walker. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
At the 36-yard line.
On the option left, Richardson. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Off the option, here's Taylor. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Richardson to throw. This one completes Alec Pierce. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Now Richardson sliding out of the pocket. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 8 yards there and a 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Ready?
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Get it! Hurt! Hurt! Right there, hurt! Let go!
Richardson looking to throw this. And this one too low.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now a 2nd and 10.
Ready, ready. Ready, ready.
Now a carry for Allen. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They keep it on the ground. Allen again. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance, but in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Go! Ready.
And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. Eluding the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Boy, that was lockdown coverage there. He's scanning for someone to come open. But that was great work to blanket everyone. And in the end, he's just got to throw it away.
Richardson now on 3rd and goal. Flushed out right. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Anthony Richardson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Colts are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking. Nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. And after starting the game with 2 INTs, you remember, he got back on the beam with a touchdown pass on their previous drive. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. 52 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Walker. And a loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They'll look to throw here. And this is going to be intercepted. He's got daylight. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. This defense, 3 interceptions now. And, Charles, obviously that one for the pick 6. That gives them a 3-possession lead, and they are really in the driver's seat.
Makes you imagine what that lead could become with another half of football left to play, because the way they're getting after it, partner, 30 points, 40 points, even 50 points, that type of a lead, not out of the question, and neither is another pick six.
Extra point right down the middle, and a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. 2nd and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16.
It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Seahawks offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already, they need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's nearly a 40-yard gain on the opening play of the quarter. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Man in motion left. That's Smith and Jigba. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
In motion, the tight end. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Seahawks get a bit closer. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Let's go.
on the option left, Richardson. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Colts send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is taken at the 18. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Still 1st down.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
4 interceptions for him.
At their own 30-yard line. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Indianapolis offense ready to go again. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Ready.
They begin the drive on the ground with Allen. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
He had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Here we go. Shot.
They stay on the ground with Allen. And a pretty good burst there as they get this across midfield and down to the 46. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis 1st down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Go, Trap. Go, Trap. Let's go now. Go.
Richardson. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Get it. Ready.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Now Richardson back to throw it. A short throw pulled in by Woods. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
QB sneak, Richardson. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Credit there goes to those guys up front.
Certainly does, but we're also seeing how quarterbacks are doing it nowadays on the sneak. When I played high school ball, my coach John Ford used to say, just get down behind those guys and pick up the first down. Now these guys might hesitate a count, use their vision in their eyes, and find the crease and dive for it that way.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Go!
Now it's Richardson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. That's complete to Pierce. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Let's go. Go.
From the shotgun, Richardson. Running this slant, and he finds Mitchell. And the Colts are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Set. Ready.
Allen is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Toward the pylon, caught. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Here we go. Start.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. The Colts on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. Ready.
Taylor. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. Walker now on 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he loses the football a second time. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll send the tight end in motion. 2nd and 4. He's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
And now here's
Number 5. Wow.
They're going to take over at their own 2-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Good gain there on 1st down and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Street. Good.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That is caught. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
There on the stop was Leo Chanel. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 7. Richardson looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And Walker with it over the middle. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They're going to look to throw. Powerful running. And good power running, but he's still going to be about a yard short. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot.
That's an A.
The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. He was brought down there by Julian Love.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll run with Allen. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
Panther Street.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
2nd down and 4.
Check smash. Check smash.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive.
All right, we start out 1-0, guys. Good start.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Colts, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.